Hi there, and thanks so much for joining me on this video. It's Saturday the 15th of October 2016. My name's Andy Rowe and I run a website called trendfollower.co.uk, and I'm interested in investing, and I have a weekly trading system that you might be interested in, and I'm going to give you a taste of it here. But first of all, let me just remind you, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know what's best for you. All I can talk about is what I'm doing, and what I'm doing is for me. So please don't take this as financial advice. So what I do is look at different asset classes each week and decide whether I want to be invested in them fully, or whether I don't want to be interested in them. Now, the different asset classes that I look at are shares, property, gold, commodities, and bonds. Now, these are different places that anyone can put their money, and people have different ideas about where the best place to put your money is, and it's quite confusing, I think, to know. So I like to have a look at each of the asset classes each week and decide whether I want to be invested in that asset class or not. And basically, I want to be invested in an asset class that's going up in value. I don't want to hold anything that's going down in value, in the same way that when we buy a house, we like it to go up in value. We don't like the house to go down in value, because that puts us in negative equity. So no one likes to buy a house at the top of a housing boom. We want to buy at the beginning of a housing boom and benefit from the increase in price. And so it is for every asset class, whether it's gold or commodities or shares. So essentially what I do is have a line in the sand, and a very simple line, and when the price rises above that line, that's a good time, I think, for me to invest, because it shows that people are getting interested in buying that asset class, and I'll hold on to that asset class while it's rising until such time as it falls below this line in the sand, and then I convert the asset investment back into cash. And then when the price rises up above this line in the sand, then I will reinvest in that asset class. So it's quite simple, really, and quite simple in concept, but these things aren't always easy to execute on a week-to-week basis, because there's lots of emotion involved. So that's why I try and systematize it. So what I'm going to do now is have a look at how shares are doing this week, and decide whether I want to be in or out of shares. So come along and join me, and see what you think. So this is the graph of the investment that I use to be exposed to shares, and if we have a look at the graph, it's a weekly graph. So each point on the line is the end of a week, and we can see that this week the price closed up here, which is well above this line in the sand. So I'm very happy to remain invested. I bought somewhere back here, and the unit trust has done very well. So I'm quite happy to stay invested. So nice and easy. Let's have a look at the next asset class, which is property. And I'm using a property investment trust here to gain exposure to property. And it was all going quite okay. It's been quite a choppy ride, really, for property over the past year or so. But the price was rising, and then the price fell quite a bit. And a couple of weeks ago, it fell a lot, actually. But this last week, the price of the property investment trust that I use has risen. So I'm retaining my investment in the investment trust. So I'm not converting that into cash at this stage. So I'm happy to stay in the property market. Now, the next asset class that I look at is gold, and I use a slightly different line in the sand. I calculate it in a different way, and gold's done very, very well this year, after having had a couple of years of doing, well, more than a couple of years of doing rather badly. This year it's done really, really well, until a couple of weeks ago, when it fell down quite a lot, but it didn't fall below the line. So I've retained my investment in gold, and this week actually it's gone up a little bit. So I'm happy to still be invested in gold. That's a good thing as far as I'm concerned. and commodities. Again, there's an investment trust that I use to be exposed to commodities. Commodities have had a terrible time for a few years, but in 2016 they've been doing very, very well, and you can see that the price has been rising significantly during this year, 2016. But the past few weeks gone sideways, maybe down a little bit, but still well above this line in the sand. So I'm very happy to remain invested in commodities. So no need for me to do anything there. Now with bonds, the value of the price of the bond funds that I use tends to oscillate around a little bit. So I don't actually change my position in bonds. I remain invested in bonds. I have 3 different bond funds which are denominated in different currencies. So there's a British pound based one, there's a euro based ETF, and there's an American dollar based ETF. So I just hold these, and that gives me exposure to bonds, and there's a bit of currency hedging going on. So I don't actually trade my bond funds. I just hold them. So this week, what have I got to do? Well, nothing. So I'm remaining invested. Everything's fine. I don't need to do anything this week. If you're interested in knowing about what I trade and when I trade it, and a bit more details about how I go about my decision making, then you might be interested in becoming a member of my website, which is a monthly membership fee-based program. So have a look at the website. This is the website address, so it's www.trendfollower.co.uk, and have a look at the membership section. So hopefully this will give you a taste of what I do. This is not the only thing I do. I also have a trading program where I do a once a year trade, which is nice and easy, so very simple. And I also have an asset rebalancing program which doesn't use any timing at all, so that's psychologically easier. I just do that twice a year, and I also have another weekly trend trading program which uses spread betting, and so it's the same thing, but it's got a little bit of a twist to it. So I've got a few different things running. Members will find out all about my different approaches. Hopefully this gives you a flavour of what I do. Have a look at becoming a member, and I look forward to you joining up and coming along and finding out more about what I do. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.